And welcome to another episode on Ohana Hobby Workshop. You're joined by myself, Mango Smasher, and today we are going to be unboxing Dominion. It's a bit of a late video, but I also want to show some other stuff as well when we do this. So obviously we have the Dominion, but I want to show these things off first. So at local game store where I got this from, we were given some extra little things to do with this. A bit different to what Games Workshop were offering, but I actually prefer this stuff. So first of all, we have these. So these essentially are your card sleeves. They go with all your War Scrolls inside of this box. There is the exact amount as well, so there's no spares. So these are the card sleeves. They're really good. They're really good as well. I've got several of these boxes, so I already have my personal set in one of these. At the same time, we get two other little things. So we get a Warhammer Age of Sigmar pin badge, but then we also get a Orc keyring right here, and it's actually really nice. They're really good quality made as well. But also one of the other things we get is this. So this is a pack of 5 artwork that we're actually going to take a look at right now as well. So this is like an unboxing and a review sort of thing all at once. So obviously we have your standard one just there, like so. And then we go into this one. So we have Astreas, I think her name is, the main character from the box. We have one of her like that. We then have a Bloodthirster and Stormcast one. We then have a Soulblight Grey Lords one. But also your more tribes, well, not more tribes, your, I can never remember the unit, what this model is actually called, Mega Gargant, that's it. But I just wanted to show those off as well in this video. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to get this box open now. And we're going to have a look. So obviously as well, Dominion has been out now for a whole week. There is obviously plenty of other videos. I've been in the hobby 18 years. So this is sort of like a review of the whole box in general. As you can see, it's still in the cellophane as well. So this is a review on the actual box itself, but also from a veteran sort of aspect inside the hobby. Because obviously I've been in the hobby 18 years myself. So we will put that to one side. So obviously as well, pretty much everyone has seen what's in this box, but we'll still turn it around. So it's quite a heavy box. So this box actually weighs in at 4 kilos. So it's 4 kilos of plastic, your rulebook and stuff like that. So yeah. So your Nastra. I do apologise about. I'm going to butcher some names, so don't hate me in the comments below. But yeah, so we're going to go through, have a look at it, and basically just go through it. So obviously, as I was saying, I've been in hobby 18 years. So we're going to go through it all. Let's see what we got. So straight off the back, we have the artwork. I won't go into too much detail because obviously people have already seen this. But as you can see, we have the artwork, but it is a larger version of the one we were given from our local game store as well. I think it's really nice. So we have that aspect. So we're going to come and put it here. So first of all, there is a lot of plastic in here. Myself, I'm a very big kit basher. If I can kit bash it, I will. I find a sort of a meaning where I like to kit bash the actual miniatures, whether they're easy build or not. I will basically prove that you can do that. So obviously we've got your hobgoblins. We should have, yeah. So we've got three sections of hobgoblins. So obviously as well, I really like the detail on these. These are my favorite orcs at the minute, because of just the way they are based out and everything like that. And obviously as well, we have your spear guys from the Stormcast with the banner. So these are actually really nice models as well. They give me a very like Spartan-y sort of feel. These ones do, personally. Then we're going to move on to this unit. So this one here is the guys with the halberds. So these I'm very interested in because I want to see how well these can convert. So they probably will need some green stuffing done to repose them a little bit, but we're going to see what we can do with that as well. And obviously as well, we are going to be moving on to this sprue. So we will split these sprues in half. I believe there is another one, exact sort of same system. Yeah, so we'll split those. So these are the two characters. So you have the new Knight Incantor, I think it is. I could be wrong. I do apologise. I currently don't have the actual book next to me, so I can't actually see get the names right. But we have the other two Stormcast characters. So this one, if I remember rightly, yep. So it comes with the faceless head that I'm super looking forward to using because that's going to be really nice. And also as well, because obviously I do casting, I will be taking a mold of this thing, this bad boy right here. And also on the one on this one, we'll be taking the molds of these and we will be recasting them for other bases as well. So we have this character. So this guy was really interesting. Because obviously he is the main face of the video with the trailers and stuff. But not just that. Like you get a Griffhound with him that's really cool. It's really nice to still keep coming up. And then we move on to some more gobbos. So this is obviously the shaman in there, but obviously best boy in the box, Potgart. Who absolutely, I think it's absolutely amazing. It's such a good little laugh. Potgart, and I think he's a great model. But the sculpts are really nice, really clean as well. I really like this back piece to the guy. It is really interesting, very interesting. And then obviously as well, we then have this one. So we have Stabgrot and the chap that goes with him. That's another piece as well. We will be able to get casted up as well. So that's gonna be really. There's a lot of like sort of things I can do here from a casting perspective. Because obviously I do resin casting. I do make my own stuff as well. And stuff like that. So bases, all sorts. You name it, I do it as well. So there's a lot of really possibilities, but here's the thing for people that do watch this: who out of the two Grots, Stabgrot and Potgrot, who is the best Grot in the box? We'll put that to a vote. Like, who do people like more, Potgrot or Stabgrot? We'll see how it looks. So obviously, I want to save this sprue. Nope. Okay, so these two sprues are the ones I want to save for last. So obviously, these ones you have your base orcs. So your base stab ones, split the frame up like I normally do, because that's how I store this stuff as well. So obviously as well, like coming to paint these are going to be interesting, because obviously they are push fit. It looks like it. Yeah, so these are push fit. So I will be removing the pegs and stuff like that from these. But obviously we're going to move on to the bit more of the bigger sort of stuff. Obviously on here we have the skewers. So we have the bow guys, the goblins, and I really like this model. The skewers and the main bit character. Like the main character in this box, I think is amazing. The fact he's not named is even better. So it means you can take multiple of them, and that's gonna be really good. And I'm super excited to get him painted up as well. Obviously, as well, we have a few more. We have like this part here. We could take a 2-part mold of. So that piece is going to be really good fun to do, to get some parts off of. So that is another bonus as well. And then obviously we have this one. So straight off the back, you have the other banner guy. You have the banner character. You have Nastra herself. I'm probably butchering the name, but I do apologise. So obviously as well, there's some loads of different things here as well. You got the hammer guys as well, so you have some casting options with just these parts here. I will probably end up removing the foot from this one to give it a bit more of a different posing, and maybe bring a couple of other models into play. Maybe do a kit batch between this and there's a character with the has a bow and like an eagle sort of thing. I can't remember the name of it. If people do remember, if people could let me know what the name of that model was, just drop it down below in the comments. But yeah, so obviously like this is a really nice kit. The way it's laid out is really good as well. Over the years of being in the hobby, it's really interesting to see like how they're now doing these sprues. They seem to really be up in their game a little bit. Packing, I'm still sort of on the fence with, especially with Games Workshop, because I do other content, other miniatures as well, such as Mantic games and various other things. So that's just a personal thing that I would prefer the packing to be a bit different, a bit better. So obviously as well, in each side you have bases here, and your bigger bases for your characters in this one just here. So what we want to do now is we're going to have a look at this. So obviously, had the rulebook at the bottom. We're going to leave that like that in shrink wrapped. Obviously, we have this as well. So in here, we have a bit of the story, I believe. Your instructions. Let's get this open. Let's get this all out. So yeah, so you have all your scroll cards. So obviously as well, as I was saying earlier, with the card sleeves, so you can get all of these inside these sleeves. And that's going to be really nice as well, especially from a gaming aspect. It means you don't have to worry too much about them, and it's really handy, really nice. So there's that. And obviously we have the War of the Amberstone Watch. So obviously this is a bit of a campaign right here. Goes through all the characters. So you've got the Ohana, Vexilla, the Implements, Celestial Spear. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name again. The Praetors, the Annihilators, your Vindicators. And you've got your Cruel Boys. So it gives you a bit of detail. And I think that's really nice, the fact they've done this. They gave you a bit of lore behind it and everything. And obviously your manuals. So over the years, Games Workshop's manuals are slowly getting better. I think for this one, particularly, obviously I have opened a box already because I have a box. I really like the way they're setting them out at the minute. They are doing very well with it compared to some of the older stuff they do. So it seems to be looking really good. Like the fact that yes, these are monopose because they are easy builds, but I've noticed as well, flicking through just now as well, and previously, there are a few models that you get like options. So we have like variant ways to build this chap just here, the Prime. Same with this Prime. I think it's really nice, the fact they're giving you those optional sort of like, not sculpts as such, but ways to build. You also got optional sculpt build for the Prime, essentially the leaders as well for the Cruel Boys. Definitely going to be building this one with the spear at the back, shield at the front. Looks a bit more dynamic. And yeah, obviously you've got your rulebook as well. We're going to leave that in there, leave that in shrink wrapped. They already have one open, and I want to keep that one nice and neat. But yeah, so obviously as well, so we get 2 lots of the artwork just here like this. So what we're going to do, so really like from a sort of gaming perspective, we will pop this in here as well. So from a game perspective, like it's a really good value box. Obviously we're going to see probably now the start sets have already been announced. We're going to see obviously a bit more on the what's coming out next sort of thing, and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So from a perspective of being in wargaming for quite some time now, 18 years, for me personally, this is a really good box, especially for like people that are essentially veterans of the hobby, because it's just packed with everything you need, a bunch of extra miniatures. And I really like the way they're doing this, with the limited boxes followed by the starter sets. And I think that's really good as well, just from a sales perspective. But at the same time, I do feel that they could have maybe attempted to do the box a bit better in marketing sort of thing and trying to put it out there a bit more. Because I'm very surprised that you can still get hold of the box with all the hype they done. But it's just one of those things, I think. But overall, it is a really nice box, and then obviously the local game store, the stuff you get from there is really, really nice. Just in general, with the stuff we managed to get. Obviously, I had to get plenty of copies of this stuff because of the amount of boxes I did order. But yeah, I think this is like the way with this box, especially this box, I prefer to some of their other boxes, like with the runs like this they've done. But yeah, so I think this box is a lot better, just from a model perspective. You get a lot more in here. I think you do. I might be wrong compared to some of the other boxes they've done. But just from like, I'm a big Stormhouse fan personally. I do have a Hallowed Knight chamber, and Cruel Boys is something I've been really looking forward to because it's different sculpts, some nice new orcs. So it's gonna be very interesting to actually see and have a little play around with and see what we're getting. So really on that note, if you did like the video, consider getting a like and subscribe. Also, next month we will be painting up 6.5 of these. So I recently 6.5 on another note. It's because I actually split a box with someone. So I've got 6.5 lots of the Cruel Boys, and then I have obviously 6 lots of the Stormcast. So if you want to see me paint all that up, we'll be over on Twitch TV next month doing a challenge, a 22-day challenge to build, paint, base it all. So hopefully it goes to plan. But on that note, we will see everyone on the next episode of Ohana Hobby Workshop. All links to social medias and stuff will be down in the description. And on that note, we will see everyone on the next episode of Ohana Hobby Workshop.